Hey guys, Arlo here. So this is the start of a series of videos with all of the stuff I took video of and photos of during my trip to the UK in May. So without further ado, enjoy the video and I'll cut back in with narration where I see necessary.
Just like it was during production, everything in here is ready for filming. So keep making your way through those doors and take as many photos as you like, because I cannot see all you get to take a closer look at this amazing room. So feel free to explore and we'll meet again in a few short moments in the centre of the room next to the fireplace. The ceiling. Now remember the ground ceiling was enchanted and it would be a bit tricky to get clouds and stars in here, so they were magically added with computers.
And so after the Great Hall, essentially went into this really big room. It was full of just all sorts of props and sets. Like this is the clock from the Hogwarts clock tower. There's, Hagrid's hut, Dumbledore's office, Gryffindor common room, all that kind of stuff. And then this is Dumbledore's office, which is one of the largest sets in the room. There's so much in here. It's really impressive, honestly. And then here's the Gryffindor Boys Dormitory, or one of them, I guess. This set was really tiny. I had no idea how small it actually was. It's a lot bigger on film than it is in real life. This is the common room. Again, a lot smaller in real life than you would think it is. And then, so essentially what this is it's, so essentially like every 5 minutes, I think it was whenever someone pushed a button, the big Wumpy Willow arm would come down and it would smash the car. I started this video clip right after it had done that, and then I just didn't feel like waiting around for it to do it again. This is the potions costume, which again was really cool. And then this is Hagrid's hut. As you can see, parts of it are cut away to show how it was built. You can see the steel beams inside of there. And then, so coming up right after this with the portraits, this is the part from the Burrow, the only part from the Burrow that was there, which is the kitchen, which is really cool to see. And then up here, this is the part from the Ministry of Magic I was talking about, which is really big actually. That was really cool. And there is offices and everything inside all those windows too. And then so after this room, we walked through the Forbidden Forest, and if you want to skip ahead here, you might want to. It's 2 minutes long, it's a real-time walkthrough, so if you want to skip ahead by a minute and 40 seconds, if you don't really feel like just seeing a real-time walkthrough, feel free to do that. then, so coming up here, this is something I thought was kind of neat. Apparently, for a fill-in for the Patronus before it was added with CG, they had a dog with a light jacket on it, which I thought was kind of interesting. That's what that board is reading about, and like a good photo of that. But yeah, that's what that's reading essentially. And then coming up here is probably one of the best things in the whole tour, at least for me, at least. Well, I think you know what it is. It's the Hogwarts Express, and this thing, it was awesome to see this. It really was awesome. And then coming up here, I have I guess you could say a bit of a face reveal in front of the Hogwarts Express, which was really fun. So essentially this whole indoor King's Cross set was built for the 8th film, for the final scene. Otherwise everything was shot at the real King's Cross station, which I thought was kind of interesting. And then up here, this is a video walking down the carriage, the complete carriage behind the engine. And essentially in each one of the compartments they had a little vignette with a few props from each one of the 8 films, which I thought was kind of neat. The first about 4 compartments I shot with the camera sideways. I wasn't thinking right, so I cut that out just for quality's sake, but that just had the first 4 films essentially. So all this stuff was in a hallway, just a glass case walking down a hallway, and this hallway led outside to where stuff like the night bus, Privet Drive, the Hogwarts Bridge, and all that kind of stuff is. So this is walking down the bridge, as you can see. This is all of the bridge actually that was ever built for the films. They only built this much, which is kind of interesting to know that. The night bus was pretty cool to see. They let you climb up, like partially up the stairs, and then you can look inside. Only the first floor actually has beds in it, as you can see here. The other floors are all empty for some reason. This is Privet Drive, which was used from the 2nd film onwards. First film, obviously, they shot on location at a real house. Then they had a bunch of the chess pieces from the first film just scattered along underneath this awning, around like the whole outside. This is the flying car that you could get in. And then it moved on to the creature department. So, back inside the creature department. So this is some photos popping up now. Mandrakes. Then this is the rather unsettling, massive prosthetic animatronic Hagrid's head. And then I really liked this animatronic Hedwig. I thought she was pretty cute. And this is a little bit of the costume department. And then, so after this, we went into the what is relatively new Gringotts extension, which is only about a few weeks old when I went in May. So this is pretty awesome. So they've got the Lestrange Vault, the main Gringotts lobby, and then they have the Smash Gringotts lobby with the dragon, which was fun. And they have a bunch of other stuff, but these Gringotts sets, I think, were probably the biggest sets there after King's Cross Station. This is kind of interesting. This is like, I guess, like a money press. Obviously built just for the studio tour, but it's kind of funny, kind of interesting that they had it here. It's kind of. And then this is the destroyed Gringotts lobby with the dragon, which is pretty fun. And then essentially, so after the Gringotts part, we walked out into Diagon Alley, which was pretty awesome. Maybe my second favorite part of the whole tour after the Hogwarts Express. But no, yeah, this Diagon Alley was awesome. I'll just let you look at the photos. I only took one video clip, which was of Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Besides that, it was all photos. Then after Diagon Alley, we moved up to the art department. The first thing up was this office, so it had a few paper models and then a bunch of concept artwork framed and up on the walls. For example, this is a couple of pieces of the concept artwork. I really love this Hogwarts Express piece. And then there was also this decently sized, and this is in the paper models, there's this nice Hogwarts which looks to be like NZ scale, because look at how tiny the little Hagrid's hut is. And for the most part, these paper models are primarily O scale, quarter inch to the foot. There were a few G scale, and then some even larger, like 1 inch to the foot props that were really close up. But no, primarily these were all O scale, like Shell Cottage, the Burrow, Diagon Alley, and whatnot. And then, so essentially, after the art department was one of the huge attractions of the whole studio tour, which was the massive 1 to 24 scale Hogwarts Castle model, which is really awesome. I mean, this thing is impressive. Another thing that's interesting to note is that the lighting was cycling from like a day to a nighttime cycle. So that's why some of the video appears really bluish, but some of these photos appear a lot more daylight, because right when I went in when I filmed that, it was at night, and then it gradually turned to day as I was in the room. So that's why some of these photos look gradually more, like for example this one, is starting to turn to more day, and you can see the Butte Mountains carriage. And then, so basically after that, the tour was essentially over. Of course, there was a lot more than I actually took photos of. There's so much little stuff and things to read and costumes and props, but I only could take video and pictures of so much, to be real. And these are some cool props from Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
เดี๋ยวผมลงเล่า